because they blocked our cities, the biggest cities in Ukraine, and they blocked and because they don't want our people to get some food, water. Yesterday, for example, children. I don't know if you know the children in Mariupol was the child was dead. Yes, you know that is the idea of this operation, or I don't know how is Putin telling about it. So that is the idea to do with Ukrainians animals, but we are not.
So how do you stop it? Are you prepared to do a deal? You've said you're happy to talk.
We can't stop alone all this.
No, how do you think it is stopped? How is it going to
only
stop?
if the world will unite around Ukraine.
They are uniting around Ukraine.
They are not. They are still. It's still very slowly. It's still very slowly. But you can feel it only when you are here, because the people from Europe or USA, it's far from Ukraine. It's far from the heart of this tragedy, and you can't see, you can't understand the details because you are not fighting here. And I understand why. And I don't want them to fight, but these countries can help, can unite. Because we can't speak about the close, I'm sorry that I'm speaking again and again about this problem, but we spoke about children hospitals, etc. And you know the number of these child deaths and so we are speaking about closing the sky. You can't decide to close or not to close. You can't decide. If you are united against the Nazism and this terror, you have to close. Not me. Don't wait me asking you several times, a million times, close the sky. No, you have to phone us, to our people who lost their children, and say, sorry, we didn't do it yesterday, 1 week ago. We didn't push Putin. We didn't speak with him a lot. We didn't find the dialogue with him. We did nothing. And it's true. Yesterday, the world did nothing. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Boris Johnson, the British Prime Minister, as a number of other world leaders, say if they do that, if they close the sky, that could exacerbate and make the situation even worse. If they allow Poland to provide you jets and station it on NATO land, that will make it worse. What would you say to them?
What does it mean worse? For whom? So the first question is rhetoric. And we don't need rhetoric questions and answers. We have to have concrete things. So it would be worse for whom? For our families? No. For whom? For them? No. Who knows? Nobody knows. But we know exactly that now is very bad. And in future, it will be too late. And believe me, if it's prolonged this way, yes, you will see, they will close the sky. But we'll lose millions of people.
ये जरा सुने, यूरोपियन यूनियन के एम्बेसडर ने खत लिखा पाकिस्तान को कि आप रूस के खिलाफ उसके मुखालिफ स्टेटमेंट दें, उसके खिलाफ वोट दें। मैं ये यूरोपियन यूनियन के एम्बेसडर से पूछता हूं कि क्या आपने हिंदुस्तान को भी ये खत लिखा था? क्योंकि मैं अपनी कौम को याद करवाना चाहता हूं कि ये वो पाकिस्तान था जिसने ये नेटो की मदद की, जो वॉर ऑन टेरर थी, हमने उनका साथ दिया। मैं कभी ना साथ देता, मैं अपनी मुल्क को बाहर रखता उस जंग से, लेकिन उस वक्त का जो सरबराह था उन्होंने उनका साथ दिया। क्या मिला पाकिस्तान को? 80,000 पाकिस्तानियों की जानें गई। और दूसरा, जब कश्मीर में हिंदुस्तान ने इंटरनेशनल कानून तोड़ा, यूनाइटेड नेशंस की सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल की रेजोल्यूशंस की खिलाफ वर्जी करते हुए जो कश्मीर का स्टेटस खत्म किया, क्या आप में से किसी ने हिंदुस्तान से कोई राब्ता तोड़ा, कोई उनकी तनकीद की, कोई तिजारत बंद की? तो हम आपके सामने क्या हैं? क्या हम कोई गुलाम हैं कि जो आप कहेंगे हम कर लें?
And we did talk about it. I mean, he definitely wanted Ukraine, loved Ukraine, would never have happened.
What do you see happening next then? Because it seems like the tensions are high. How does this all end? Is this going to be like a long-term thing? How do you see it unfolding?
Well, and I said this a long time ago, if this happens, we are playing right into their hands, green energy. The windmills, they don't work. They're too expensive. They kill all the birds. They ruin your landscapes. And yet the environmentalists love the windmills. And I've been preaching this for years. The windmills, and I had them way down, but the windmills are the most expensive energy you can have. And they don't work. And by the way, they last a period of 10 years. And by the time they start rusting and rotting all over the place, nobody ever takes them down. They just go onto the next piece of prairie or land and destroy that. It's incredible that they want, but other forms of green energy.
Good afternoon, folks. Congressman Nels here. This afternoon, or maybe this evening, we'll be voting on a $1.5 trillion omnibus bill. It's 2,700 pages long. Here it is, and we've had less than 24 hours to look at it. Nancy Pelosi, she's rushing this massive spending bill because the Democrats, folks, they're going on vacation tomorrow. They need to get it done today. It's full of irresponsible and wasteful spending. It doesn't eliminate Biden's vaccine mandates. We have spent $5.7 trillion on COVID relief, and there's $800 billion remaining. It's unspent or uncommitted. Folks, ask yourself, where's Fauci? When's the last time you've seen Fauci on TV? Clearly the pandemic has lulled. There's no need for vaccine mandates, and we must repeal the National Emergency Declaration. Border security, it cuts $428 million from Customs and Border Patrol. Think about that. When we've had 2 million crossings this year, 2 million crossings in 2021, fentanyl deaths are at an all-time high, we have human trafficking, and there's no new funding for Trump's border wall. It pours hundreds of millions of dollars into the Green New Deal. Green New Deal, hundreds of millions. Matter of fact, it even gives intelligence agencies money to study climate change when their efforts should be focused on China, Russia, and Iran. There's no energy relief. I know you're paying $4 a gallon for fuel, and in California, they're paying $7. Trump was absolutely right. Let's unleash American energy independence, reauthorize the Keystone Pipeline, reverse the drilling ban on federal lands, and make America energy independent as it was under Trump. Last thing, I support the $13.6 billion for Ukraine. I would have been a yes on it if it had been a standalone bill, but no, they put it into this thing. There's so much waste, fraud, and abuse, I cannot support it. And Putin, today, you bombed the maternity hospital in Ukraine. I want you to burn in hell.